So this is me luring him into a heel position. It's a really messy, sloppy heel position right now. We can define it later. But just kind of following the treat around and then forward to get to my side so that he's sitting parallel next to me or standing parallel next to me. And then he gets the treat once he hits that position. And I asked him for a down in that position. And he actually does it, but it's not parallel. But we will work on that later. That's a more intermediate or advanced skill. This is that touch command that I was talking about. He is supposed to touch his nose to the palm of my hand. And here's where I have to wait him out for a while. I add a little bit of movement just to get him to come towards me, and he does it just fine. Sometimes you just have to add a little bit of movement to make it interesting. I think he's also a little tired because he had just played with sugar right before this. I toss a reset treat. This is encouraging him to stick his head through the slip lead to help put it on so that it's easier for, if he does become a service dog, for his handler to put it on without having to kind of wrestle him in his excitement to get it on. Hopefully he will learn to just stick his head through, and then we can tighten that little leather bit down to make it fit properly. This is downwards pressure, which I introduced today. I have not used it before. I like to use my foot because I don't like to bend down all that much. But you can use your hand just fine as long as it's downwards leash pressure. The dog will learn, and he does very quickly in this, that when there is downwards pressure applied, the way to turn that pressure off is to lay down. And you can see he learned that super quick today. He learned it in one day, and he understands. Even when I just start putting my foot towards the leash, he starts going down, and that's what we're looking for. And then there was a pressure sit in there, so a sit is upwards pressure, and as soon as his butt hits the ground, that pressure releases and he gets a cookie. I like to combine the treats with the pressure, so that way he knows that that is exactly what he was supposed to do correctly in that moment. This is just some crate training. So last time I worked with him in a wire crate. This time I worked with him in a cover top crate. And he did try to bite at the bars of the crate when I locked him in earlier that day, just to kind of set him aside to work with another dog. So I had to take him out of there and put him in the room, not in a kennel, which is totally fine. I just wanted to see how he would do in the crate, but he did not like it. So now we're taking a step back and we're starting on the crate training. Totally positive. So I toss the treats in until he deems that it is worth it to go in to go get those treats. And then hopefully eventually he starts staying in on his own choice. And when he does that, I toss cookies in as long as he's staying in. And I try to toss them near the back so he's not tempted to come out to try to get them. So he only gets the treats when he's in the kennel, or when I throw them in the kennel and then he goes in. And then I start shutting the door and feeding him treats through the door. And that's kind of the first few steps of crate training too. So if you do end up getting a crate anytime soon, you can definitely work on that at home. Super easy. He seems super chill and comfortable with it.